My name is Max, and I want to ask you a question that sounds simple, but almost nobody answers correctly. What is money? If you are holding a $20 bill right now, what are you holding? Take a second and think about that before I tell you. What you are actually holding is a piece of paper that has value for one reason and one reason only, because enough people agree that it does. The entire system runs on collective agreement, on shared belief, on trust. There is no gold sitting in a vault somewhere backing up that $20 bill. The United States left the gold standard in 1971 when President Nixon severed the link between the dollar and gold. After that moment, the dollar became what economists call fiat currency, which comes from the Latin word meaning "let it be done." A fiat currency has value because a government declares it has value. Every major currency in the world today is fiat currency: the dollar, the euro, the yen, the pound, all backed by trust and institutional credibility rather than physical commodities. When you deposit $1,000 into a bank account, your $1,000 is not sitting there in a vault waiting for you. Banks are legally permitted to lend out a significant portion of every deposit they receive. The original deposit multiplies through the system. Economists call this the money multiplier effect. Money is being created continuously through the act of lending. When a bank approves your mortgage for $300,000, it is not pulling that money from a vault. It is creating that money as a loan entry. The money comes into existence at the moment of the loan. The system is not just tolerant of debt. It requires debt to keep earning. Debt is not a side effect of the financial system. It is the mechanism. Subscribe right now, because understanding what I am explaining today is the foundation for everything else on this channel, and next week we build directly on this. Most people in this system interact with debt in one way. They borrow money to buy things that go down in value or produce no return. A car loan, a credit card balance for vacations and clothes. The wealthy interact with debt in a fundamentally different way. They borrow money to buy things that go up in value or generate income. A loan to purchase a rental property that generates monthly cash flow and appreciates. A business loan that produces revenue exceeding the cost of the debt. In this version, the borrowed money works for you while you sleep. Same system, same mechanism, completely different relationship to it. The difference is not access to credit. It is understanding of what to do with it. Compound interest means you earn interest on your interest. When it runs in your favor, it is the most powerful wealth-building tool available. When it runs against you, it is one of the most effective poverty traps ever designed. You invest $1,000 at 10% annual return. Over 30 years, that original $1,000 becomes $17,449 without you adding a single additional dollar. Now run the same logic in reverse on a credit card. You carry a $2,000 balance at 22% interest. You make minimum payments. Over 5 years, you will have paid back significantly more than $2,000 and may still owe a substantial portion. Step 1. Understand the exact interest rate on every debt you carry. Write them down. When you see them listed together clearly, the priority order for paying them down becomes obvious. Step 2. Stop borrowing for consumption and start saving for consumption. The cultural norm of financing everything from furniture to phones is an enormous transfer of wealth from consumers to financial institutions. Step 3. Open an investment account if you do not have one and automate a monthly contribution, no matter how small. The mechanism does not require a large starting amount. It requires time. $25 a month invested at 30 years old is worth dramatically more than $25 a month invested at 40 because of the additional decade of compounding. Start now with whatever you have. Step 4, start learning the vocabulary of the asset side of debt. Cap rate on a rental property, expense ratio on an index fund, leverage in real estate. You do not need to act immediately, but understand the vocabulary. Money is not complicated once you understand what it actually is. It is a system built on trust and institutional agreement. It runs on debt and compound interest. It rewards people who understand these mechanics. The system is not your enemy. It is a machine. And like any machine, once you understand how it works, you can decide whether it is working for you or against you. Make sure you subscribe right now, because the next one builds directly on what we covered today in a way that is going to give you something immediately actionable for your own financial life.